All right, got it figured out here. 3 minutes late, but better late than never. What up, howdy? Welcome to the Where to Hunt podcast. This is the W2H Rut Club Radio segment. And for those of you that don't know, this is sponsored by Heated Hunts, heatedhunts.com. They provide and manufacture, sell plastic heated scent dispensers. Essentially, you douse this thing down that's got these little wicks, and you spray it with whatever doe estrus, brute buck, whatever scent you want, whether it's some of their synthetics or you use some other natural scents. You spray that down, and it's got four AA batteries that heat up the wick and create, heated piss or heated scents. It really kind of creates a more authentic, natural feel for the animals because it's the temperature that it would have been laid if it was fresh, and then the molecules because it's hot to carry it further, etc. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, go check those guys out, heatedhunts.com. It's on the screen on the bottom. And we are doing giveaways. Now, I've dropped the ball 2 times in the last 2 weeks. One because I was sick, and then the next week because it was the gun opener. And I was just aloof. So what I'm going to do is every time someone calls, you are entered in to win a Heated Hunt scent dispenser product. And I have a whole list of people from the last 2 weeks. And so I'm going to keep collecting those names, and then we'll do an announcement towards the end of December, and we'll call off one winner for every week. So I'll just build a giant list of folks from all the callers that have qualified, and then the number of weeks between now and the end of December, we'll do it that way. So getting a message here for something. What do we got? Nope, I think that is a spam maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, that's super distracting. So I got all this stuff popping up on my computer screen. The seat next to me is empty. Mr. Greg Tubbs, who did join us at deer camp, isn't here today. He's got some chores to do at home. So we miss you, Greg. Feel free to call in, co-host. And we do have some guests coming on at 7 o'clock. So they're going to be in studio. Field to Freezer's the guest. There's been a lot of publicity around those guys. I think they've interviewed with Fox 6, TMJ4. They've been interviewed by the Journal Sentinel and Biz Times Media. So they're making their rounds, and I'll be happy to have them here in studio to talk about their new product that they've just launched for all the meat processors and hunters. Very timely release of their product, so pretty exciting. Drinking some backwoods grind here. So anyway, the lines are open. We can take calls. I can take calls. Love to hear any sort of rut activity you have. And really, if you're at deer camp, love to hear from you. Love to hear how it's going. If you got any funny stories from deer camp, please call and share. I'll be live for the next 30 minutes. So if you don't call, it'll just be me talking to myself. And if you don't like that, then just pick up the phone and dial. 262-757-4122 is the number. And we can chit-chat. So before I get into the scotches over there, I'm not sure. This is the scotch I had last week for those of you that listened, and I can't pronounce the name. Lefroy, maybe. It's got a super duper smoky flavor, and that's what I like, and it might even be too much for me. I guess it's described as a peaty flavor palette. So deer camp was fun. Went up. We had 6 of us in our camp total, including myself, and I would have to say one of the memories that strikes me the most was when the waitress at the little dive bar in Bagley, Wisconsin, called my dad Popsicle. That was pretty awesome. Or Daddy-O. She's calling him both. I think, I don't know where the Daddy-O one came from, but she said she called her dad Popsicle, which is kind of fun. That's kind of fun. So my dad achieved a new nickname this year called Popsicle, which just kind of made my weekend. For those wondering, I did not get a deer. I didn't see a deer. The only thing I did see was a possum and other hunters. So my buddy Joel did tag out. He got I shouldn't say tag out, but he got a small buck, which he's already got 3 in the freezer for the season. So I get to split some of that meat with one of the other buddies in the camp. So at least I get some venison out of the trip. And what else? I don't know. Deer numbers are down, apparently. So, I did post an article on the Where to Hunt Facebook page earlier today. I'm just trying to find the headline real quick here. Deer kill down 27% over opening weekend of the Wisconsin gun. And there's a lot of comments coming in on that one. Could be a ton of reasons. People are saying the corn is still standing in a lot of parts of the state. The season is later than normal. Bow opened up. There's been a lot of bow hunting going on. I don't know. I'm obviously far from an expert. I never claimed to be one. And I'm sure there's plenty of variables, but it's interesting to me that the DNR a week ago said that the deer numbers were at an all-time high, right? They're up. Okay. So deer numbers up, but the overall kills are down. So I just think that's interesting. I don't know what the correlation is between those two things. Doesn't seem like there's one at all. But certainly I always say that, you could be, I don't know, not yards, but like 50 to 100 yards from someone and see something completely different. So some of the guys in camp, they were hunting along the same ridgeline, and some guys had seen some pretty big bucks where we were hunting, and I didn't see anything, right? So was I not looking? Were they blending in too well? There's no snow on the ground. The ground was super damp, so it was really quiet. You weren't going to hear anything. So maybe there were deer among me, and I just didn't see them because I suck. Or maybe it was the difference of being right where you need to be or not. And so I think it's so subjective that every hunter sees something different than the next, and then we kind of bake that into our experience of, well, I didn't see anything, so the season sucked, and there must be no deer. I don't know that argument is not real, but statistically speaking, the fact that fewer people got deer than last year, and I think deer numbers were down last year than they were the year before that, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I would love to hear your thoughts, folks. I got 20 minutes left to take some calls, so I would love to have you all weigh in over the phone. If you're at deer camp and you're on reception, sorry. If you're at work, sorry. If you're with the kids, I'm not sorry. That's good stuff. But what's up from Missouri? What's up, Kurt? Catch my breath here. I'm talking too much. See a deer. The only thing I did see was mute myself here. This is what happens when Greg's not in studio. I just yammer and yammer and yammer. What's up, Rick? From Wisconsin. How's it going? I don't want to get a watch party going because then I get too distracted with what's going on here. But I can probably read some more of the comments about the deer numbers being down or what have you. That's not what I wanted to do. Again, the call line is open, folks. Go ahead and give me a jingle. Tell me what you're seeing. How's your deer camp going? Yeah, any good stories, any fun stories, any success, any failures? We're willing to hear whatever y'all want to share. Rick, where are you at in Wisconsin where you're saying it's slow? What county? Justin, not much moving after opening day. Gregory Byers, what's up, buddy? I had someone comment on the dip you had in your lip. Said that was the fattest dip they'd ever seen. I shared a picture earlier, and so that's the comment here I got on that. I thought that was pretty funny. Missouri, Wisconsin, slow, no movement. Columbia County. So where's Columbia County? Let's pull up a map. Wisconsin. Let's see if it'll give me a map. Here we go. Oh man, I really don't know my counties too well. Let's see if I can share this screen with everybody. So I hunted in the western part of the state, in Prairie du Chien area. We stayed in Bagley. Where is Columbia County? Columbia, Wisconsin. It's by the Dells, huh? Okay. Like the middle of the state, practically. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I mean, I don't know. There's that meme floating around for a little while. The DNR guy going, hey, this ain't NAM. We got rules, assholes. I thought that was pretty funny. But there was two shots that went off on the opening morning. The first two shots, rifle shots, pew, pew, right? And then all of a sudden, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like a fucking AR was going off or something. Semi-automatic, just as fast as they could feather that trigger where they were doing it. It was like, holy shit, man, take it easy. It's pretty crazy. No calls in the queue. Who's going to be the first caller? I'm trying to think, what other stories did we have that I thought were pretty funny? Definitely, my one buddy ate too many pizza rolls. He just gave himself a challenge, and then he puked a couple of them up the next morning when he was brushing his teeth. That was pretty disgusting. Man, it went so quick. I gotta imagine a number of people are still at deer camp. I don't know. It's awkward sitting here talking to myself, folks. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those weird things. So I really hope that we get a couple callers. I'd be really happy with a couple callers. But the deer kill being down, let me just read an article then. So, nope, we do have a caller. Who do we got? Someone from North Prairie processing the audio. Stand by. Yeah, about 15 minutes left of the segment. Hey, Dan, you're live on the Where to Hunt Rut Club Radio. What's going on?
Hey, not a whole lot. That's the problem.
No shit, huh? Were you?
Well, what the hell? I mean, I wonder. Standing corn, I think, is a big problem.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that type of commentary. Do you think it's still standing just because the way it got super cold and snowed a bunch, and they just haven't got a good chance to deal with it then?
Yep, in the wet fall, I think, I don't know. I checked my trail cameras on my property from last year, and the corn was cut on November 1st.
Okay. And
I hunted all day today, and I'm still hunting over standing corn. Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. We were in Prairie du Chien area, Grant County, and the campground we stay at, just like a trailer park, they were cutting the corn when we got there, like that night.
Sure.
And sure enough, that night there were a bunch of deer in the field, right? Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, but I wonder would they been in that same field and would have even known it, right? If
you would have never known it, right?
Yeah. So interesting. And where are you hunting for the opener, or where were you hunting?
Waukesha County.
Good deal. So that's shotgun.
Yeah, North Prairie, Wisconsin. Depends on where you go. There's some areas that you can use rifles, but it's banned by some of the townships. So.
Okay, and you didn't see much, huh?
I've seen no bucks. I've seen a couple does. I even made drives with a couple guys Sunday morning, and we did not kick up a deer.
Man,
which is crazy. I mean, we've been making drives for 20 years together, and we always push deer. And we go to the same spots, and there's spots like you always push deer, and we didn't see anything.
Man. Well, I mean, I guess, right, the numbers are down, so it's interesting. I wish, hopefully more people will call in. I'd like to hear if we can get a real tone of what's going on, because the next caller might be like, no, man, I saw 20 deer, and I shot 2. Right? Like, it can be different.
Right.
But if I hear...
Well, I can tell you, everybody I've talked to around here is nobody's seen deer, so...
Interesting. Well, maybe we're too greedy years past. I know it was 2 years ago, out of the 8 guys, we got 8 deer, and this year we had 6 of us, and we got 1 deer, right? And we had to really fucking work for it, too. It wasn't like... we were all seeing them, and it was crazy. Some years it's been like, oh my God, there's deer everywhere. Like, we missed a couple shots, but we still got one. Nothing. We didn't take shots.
Yep.
No shots fired on the opening morning from our group out of 6 people.
Unbelievable. Ours either.
Man. Well, what the hell?
It's crazy.
That's the sentiment, huh?
Well, I don't know. Well, the DNR tells us that there's a bumper crop this year, and I'm not seeing it. It's completely different than any other year I've hunted. I've been doing this for 25 years, so.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can,
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it's what they do, right? They try to manage the herd, but I'm not saying I do any better, but something's going on.
It's weird. Yep. Yeah. It is what it is.
Cool. Any good stories?
Yeah. Hey, good luck, man. No good stories. We had a fucked up deer camp. We had a lot of fun, but it wasn't like it used to be. But hey, we still made the most of it.
Yeah,
so
I hear that, man. Well, I'll let you go. So thanks for calling in.
All right, brother. Be well.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, that's fascinating. Nothing. Who else? Who else isn't seeing anything? Are you seeing something that we're not? Like, I want to hear from everybody. Brandon Schneider, I think you got a deer, if I heard correctly today. Curtis, I know you saw a doe. I'm just calling out names on the comment section here. Do I got people tuning on the other video? Let's see. What is this garbage? I don't like this. I can't see my screen. No, it's just going to be weird. Dude, you guys, technology sometimes, it's ridiculous. What is going on? Nope, it's just still going to be weird. All right, well, I can't read these comments, I guess. Sorry, folks. Technology is strange. How do I get rid of this? Maybe I've clicked here. No. I don't know. Lots of comments coming from folks on the watch party, but for some reason I can't see it. We got Zachary Hoheisel here, Justin Paul, more hunting radio. Yeah, I just can't see the damn screen. Why is this happening? I should share my screen with you guys. Maybe someone can solve my problem. Look at this. See this thing on the right here? What the heck? It won't get out of my way. What are you going to do? I can see there's comments. I just can't get to them. It's not weird at all. Well, folks, we got 10 more minutes before I turn the segment off. We got one caller, so right now Dan's going to definitely win a heated hunt. He'll be entered to win. Well, I shouldn't say definitely because I'm going to change up how I'm doing it, but he's entered to win, so that's exciting for him. Yeah, so not much in our deer camp. Spotted a couple nice ones. Had some really good sign too. We hunt a state park, and it opens for bow on the 15th, so the week before the gun opener. So it makes it like a really nice virgin property, and then it just gets infiltrated from gun hunters. I think for that reason, the way that they do it, it makes it a good option. Definitely a lot of potential. Like I said, good sign and stuff, and we usually do really good there. So hard to consider trying to move around. It's a lot of work to pick out a new spot. But we got Brandon. Hey, Brandon, you're live on the Where to Hunt Rut Club Radio. What's up, bud?
How's it going? You did hear correct. I did get a doe.
All right. Congrats. You got some meat in your freezer.
Yeah, we're up in. Yeah. Well, it's in. I cut it up yesterday morning.
Did you butcher it yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of work.
I come from a family of farmers, so I grew up butchering and slaughtering pigs and cattle and all that stuff, so moving over to deer wasn't that big of a deal for me.
You know what you're doing. That's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
It takes me like freaking 8 hours to do that. No joke.
Well, no, and it helps when you get friends that have deer, and I'm the only one that had one right now, so it was a solo mission.
So we had one of those in our group too. It's just the one guy, my buddy Joel. That's it, and then no one else. So, I mean, the week's not over, but our camp went through the weekend.
Right. I was out today in Waukesha on private land. Saw one spike buck run through at like 8:30.
Okay.
And that was it. Yesterday I was on some public land in McGuanago in Waukesha, and I didn't see anything. One of the guys I was with said he saw one small doe running around, but too far for a shot.
Okay. At least they're seeing something.
And opening weekend up in Westfield, I was the only one that shot a deer.
Okay.
I saw 4 does that morning, no bucks all weekend.
Where's Westfield?
One is in Westfield, Adams County.
Okay.
So Central Forest land.
Got it.
Yep. So
yeah, you guys have wolves and bears up there too. So like the predation's probably a lot thicker up there than like kind of where I go.
About on Sunday morning at about 7 o'clock, I had 2 wolves come through, and I saw those. And actually, the property owner was questioning if there were wolves or coyotes, and later on in the day he pulled his pictures and he got a picture of the 2 wolves on his property.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then about an hour later is when I got my doe in the same spot. So,
wow.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it seemed like I didn't hear as many shots fired around us. Fast, but
that's how we felt, dude.
Yeah,
usually it's like, I mean, you just hear it everywhere, and
right.
Man, I was like,
right.
Wow, the woods seem quiet, and it hard to know, but it seemed like there were more hunters in the woods than normal. So I wonder, like, I don't have the numbers yet. I didn't look if we had sold more than we did last year as far as tags and licenses to hunters, but with that kind of pressure in the woods, I was super confused.
Right. Usually it kind of keeps them moving around and you see something, even if it's not close or anything. Right. But I didn't see anything on Saturday opening day. Not a thing.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah.
So just kind of slow going.
Yeah. It's a tough year. It's a grind.
Yeah,
now
I'm getting
looking
lots
at the weather, wondering if I'm even going to go out tomorrow.
Yeah, what's going on with the weather? People have been talking about that. Is it just looking like shit out there or what?
The wind is supposed to get really bad. They're talking rain in the morning and wind building up to a steady 20 miles an hour with
yuck.
Gusts of up to 40 or 50.
Yuck.
Yeah.
That's no bueno. Well, shit, man. I'm glad you got a deer. It's too bad. How many people were in your hunting party?
3. It was just 3 of us.
Okay. Well, I think I know all 3. So, 3 people, 1 deer. That's a better ratio than 6 people and 1 deer.
Yeah, that's true. The only other people that I heard of is 2 of my friends were on private land in Waukesha County.
Okay.
And they did a 1, 2, 3 count and shot at 2 bucks together that were fighting, but only recovered 1 of them. It was a nice 8-pointer.
That's fun.
That's the only buck that I've heard of getting shot yet.
When we stopped at Pernat's in Johnson Creek on the way home to drop off the deer, my dad had to pick up a hide from a bow kill, and I don't know, they were filled up for the day. They wouldn't, like, we were getting there and they're like, we'll only take like 8 more deer or something. I was like, oh shit. So we had to hurry and get our butts in line to make sure we'd make the cut for the day, because they were doing 150 a day or something like that, I think. So, going there, you wouldn't have realized, but.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. I dropped off my carcass at the dump site in Waukesha by the airport, and that dumpster wasn't looking very full. It looked like there was more roadkill in there than anything else.
Well, good for you for doing that. I know we've had Mitch Baker on in the past, and he talked about those dump stations. I got a head in my freezer that I'm gonna get it tested. So actually, the one that my buddy got, I'm gonna get it tested for CWD. I got to bring it to a testing station.
I think the closest one to you would be the same as me is in Delafield.
There is one in Waukesha. There's a couple actually. One's in like an office building or something. So I'm like, the fuck? I'm not gonna walk into this building with a deer head. It seemed confusing. Like it's a suite number and everything. So I'm like, what? But it's on Barstow.
A lot of those places, I think they have little kiosks set up outside.
Maybe that's what it is. But the fact that they gave a kiosk number, I was like,
you look at them and it's an orange box with a freezer next to it, and it's got everything you need to do it.
Well, they have. Okay, well that's interesting. So I guess the Party with the Pig people, Maple Creek Processing.
Yep.
They're doing it. They have a DNR guy there that'll do it. So, for free, right?
I've been there
they have
before.
the hours listed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped by the one in Delafield, and you pull up. I think it's one of their county buildings where they keep trucks, and it's just a box with a saw hanging on one side, and you lift the lid up, and there's the paperwork and garbage bag, so you can cut the head off and drop it in the cooler.
Oh, you drop the head off. Okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't been to one yet, so I don't really know what to expect. I don't freaking get any damn beer.
Yeah, well, hopefully you will.
Season's not over, but my wife's about done with me hunting, and I don't blame her.
Yeah,
you got kids.
I didn't do an out west trip this year, so I told my wife I was taking the week off, and she's giving me free rein as long as I'm home at night. So
there you go. Rock on, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
No different than a work day then at that point. But hey, man, thanks for calling in. I'm gonna wrap up this segment. If you want to jump back in at 7:00, we'll be live with our guest, Field of Freezer. So it'll be a fun episode to hear what they got going on. But I'm glad you called in.
All right,
to keep talking
good.
to myself. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye. Do I have one more? No, that's it. All right, hey guys, gals. Sorry for the slow start there. Maybe a half hour is enough with this one, but you want to come back on at 7:00 and watch and join in on the live broadcast? That'd be great. We're gonna have Field of Freezer on, and that'll start at 7:00 and go till about 8-ish. So I'll hold off on calls and questions in the beginning to just kind of let them unpack their story, but then we'll leave it open for some Q&A towards the end. If you want to jump in, feel free. We'd love to hear from you. As always, this is your show. You get to call in and be a part of it and join the actual conversation. So thanks so much, folks. And if you want to re-listen to just the callers, this segment of the show is actually baked into the podcast. So once we get this into the podcast woods, you can check it in then. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to end this stuff.